Hello everybody, this is Rupert55. Welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about something that I've been meaning to talk about for a while, which is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and Call of Duty in general. Because for several months now, a lot of people have been thinking that the developers have been screwing the Call of Duty community over with the offline features as well as a lot of other things, and that's actually not true in a lot of ways, and I'm going to explain that right now. Because one of the first things we need to talk about is obviously the disc. Because a lot of people thinks that the Call of Duty games are no longer on the disc is something that the developers are purposely trying to do, even though it's not. It's something that's been done for years and years now. I mean, for crying out loud, a lot of the Call of Duty games that you get now, majority of games are not on the disc, and you have to get major updates just to fix a lot of the problems with the games. So even if you have a Call of Duty game that does still work without having any updates, it may not work good without any updates, so you may have to actually get an update for it in order for the game to actually work like it needs to work. So stop complaining about the game no longer being on disc, because again, that's not really the developers thing, that's just companies in general now. So there's that. But anyways, besides that, let me point out something else that needs to be talked about, obviously, which is the offline multiplayer. Because for several months now as well, a lot of people have talked about how the offline multiplayer sucked when it first came out, and that was not the developers' intention of making the offline multiplayer suck. It was just they spread the stuff to them when they first made this particular game, because they were trying to do every bit of the online stuff as well as co-op stuff as well as the campaign, and they just caused major problems altogether with the whole entire development of the game. But the reason why I know this anyways is because I've been keeping track of stuff they've been doing over the past few years with different Call of Duty games, especially Modern Warfare of the new series, the 2019 Modern Warfare. I've been keeping track of it, not recently, seeing how the game's no longer really being updated, but I have been keeping track of it. And one thing that they did that I show you an image of right now are these maps right here, which are test maps that the developers used to test out certain features that were implemented in Modern Warfare 2, like Invasion, for example, which is the ground wars mode with bots. That was something that they were testing out in Modern Warfare 2019. And another indication that they were testing that out in Modern Warfare 2019, like speak, was actually the fact that they had for a day, and because I checked it out, but for a day they had it where you can play 20v20 gunfights, and I played it on Shoot House. That's actually the map that I played it on, to actually test it out for myself to see if it was any good or not, and if it's even playable or not, and it actually ran fine. It actually didn't have a lot of issues running the game, like I didn't personally. It just ran great, and I actually played it on the Xbox One S, which is not the most powerful of the Xbox One consoles. The Xbox One X is the powerful one of the Xbox One console. So to give you an example of how good it actually did run. See, now I wasn't playing on the most powerful one of the Xbox One consoles. So that's something that they did, like I said, just for a day. I wish I got a chance to actually do a video on it, because I really wanted to do a video on that at the time. Like I said, didn't get a chance to actually do really anything with it because they removed it so fast. But either way, that was something that they did to basically show, well, accidentally show, that they were actually doing stuff to improve not only the AI for the multiplayer in general, as far as the online or offline, what it may be, but also just to fix it where the game overall is good for everybody. That's what they were trying to do, and they let me know that. And they let me know, again, that they was going to do a big time mode with AI in it for later Call of Duty games, which I was waiting for, and yep, we got it with Invasion, like I said. But besides that, me keeping track of the actual new game, something I've been doing for several months now. And I say new game, obviously, Modern Warfare 2, see now Modern Warfare 3 hasn't came out yet, and it was also developed by a different company, because it's supposed to be developed by Sledgehammer Games, anyways. But anyways, Modern Warfare 2, I've been keeping track of it, and it is been slow going as far as the updates, but they have fixed offline multiplayer. It's something that I knew was coming because, like I said, I've been seeing everything they've been doing. I've been keeping an eye on everything, and at first, like I said earlier, they didn't have anything really. They had 3 maps, 1 mode, and I noticed one update added, I think, like 5 maps. So the existing maps I had, and then, you know, a few more. They had 5, so it'd be 2 more. I was it was 3 originally. They had 2 more maps, and it's still the same game mode, which is Team Deathmatch, no other modes. But then they eventually fixed it where they had a lot more maps, but you still can't change the game mode. And then they end up breaking the ability to be able to change the time of the matches, how many bots you had, the difficulty of the bots. They broke that stuff, and I waited for so much for them to fix that, because that was a few months that it took for them to finally fix it. And then eventually they did fix that, and they added in more maps. And then now recently, with I think the last major update, probably, because I haven't been really keeping track within, you know, recent days, obviously, because things been going on, just, you know, in life in general. But you know, I say that, I mean just living life in general, you know, just fixing food or whatever it may be, just in daily life. I ain't had time to really keep track of everything. But anyways, just haven't been keeping track of that. But they did have update anyways that fixed that whole thing where now you have all different modes to play. So you can actually play every single mode that's in the game currently, I believe, except for maybe the, I think, Havoc game mode. I don't think they actually add that to offline. That may be something they add in the future, but that is something that they possibly will add, you know, by the time the game actually ends, you know, with the very last update. Not too sure if they will or not, but it could be possible. That's something they add, or it may be something in the settings, thinking about it, that you may be able to do on any game mode. I have to check that out. I honestly don't know, because that's something that they do. They have where you can do, everybody has the exact same weapon in Call of Duty as well, like in the settings that a lot of people may not pay attention to if you play offline. But anyways, with that being said, and me rambling on any further, that's just, you know, displaying that, you know, obviously they're not actually trying to screw people over when it comes to Call of Duty. They're actually trying to make the best games they possibly can, but it's just they're using a new engine again, just like they did with 2019's Modern Warfare. They're using a brand new engine again. That engine's already been scrapped. They're using a completely new one that all the companies now are using, so all the companies are getting used to using it. So look forward to every single one of the Call of Duty games from here on out being sucky for the next few years, because every company is using that new engine. But also, just look forward to them experimenting and trying to figure out what actually works and what doesn't work, because that's basically what they're doing with the whole idea of them using a new engine. Because, I mean, when you don't know what you're doing with a new engine that you have never used before, the only thing you can do to try to make it good is to experiment, because nothing's going to be good anyways. It's going to be stuff that has, you know, problems. It's not going to be great by any means. So that's what they're doing, and that's what they need to kind of keep doing in order to make sure the future Call of Duty games are good. And I think that's something that's going into Modern Warfare 3 with the stuff that people didn't like, or stuff that people did like with Modern Warfare 2. They're implementing, you know, the good stuff into Modern Warfare 3, but the bad stuff are being thrown out the window. Because, like, Modern Warfare 3 is supposed to have slide canceling, which is something that they got rid of. It's supposed to have, I think, reload cancel as well, which is something that was not in Modern Warfare 2. Even though I think you switch weapons, switch back, you can actually cancel your weapon real quick, but a lot of people don't think never tried that, but there's that. But anyways, without me rambling on any further with all this, like I said, that's basically it as far as it needs to be said. So anyways, just let me know in the comments what you think about all this. If you actually agree with me as far as I'm not trying to screw people over or not. I mean, you can. If you don't want to, you got to, obviously. It's completely your choice. But anyways, that is it for the video. So thanks for watching. I hope all of you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all later.